Alright, I just got back from a good long hard ride on Fieldy here. Let's take some temperature readings of this exhaust system, shall we? Right here by the oxygen sensor on the bare metal, I am reading 662.3 degrees. Let's see what we're reading on the wrap that I have installed here. .1. Get our exhaust nuts there. 313.3. See about our exhaust clamp. 369.5. See a head temperature. Get right in there. 375.6. Alright. See over here on this side of the head. 266.1 valve covers. 242.2. Alright. See about our silencer here. .161.7. Alright, now as you know, a lot of people are using these exhaust wraps. They're supposed to help scavenging in fuel and lower the temperatures coming off of the exhaust themselves. But when you have a ceramic coating process, such as Jet Hot performs, it lowers overall temperatures both in the head and in the exhaust. It's coated inside and out with a temperature resistant coating which forces the exhaust gases out while maintaining a cool temperature. Now this is before, and I'm also kind of interested to see what the pipe looks like underneath this wrap now that it's been wrapped for I don't know, 6 months, all through the summer last year. It was wrapped when I went to Florida. I'm just curious to see what kind of condition the pipe is in itself. Alright, I'm going to let the bike cool down, and I'm going to go ahead and pull off all this wrap here. Alright? Be right back with you. Alright, here's what the header looks like after a wrap has been removed. It is blued and grayed all over, and it's just not a good sight. You can see the little marks where the wrap was. It's just horrible. Alright, let's get this over to Jet Hot. They're going to do my header pipe, and we're going to get this all taken care of. Alright, with their coating it should never ever blue again, and that is going to be a fantastic thing. Even up here in the curve where it usually blues, never again. I can't wait. Alright, let's get it over there to them, guys. Alright guys, we have made our way to Jet Hot in Burlington, North Carolina. Now that is the freeway right over there, very loud, so bear with me here. Now I've got my header pipe here, and as you can see, it is very discolored all the way through because of the wrap. So that is a downside of using those wraps. One of the downsides besides holding more heat. And there's your proof. Alright, now they have also offered to do my silencer as well. Here, all that bluing there hopefully will be gone. It should be, and it should not ever return with their special coating. Alright, let's head on inside and see what's going on. Alright guys, we have made our way inside Jet Hot. Alright, let's take a look around this front entryway. This is the waiting area, as it were. Alright, if you look right over here, There are my parts. They are all carded and ready to go. Excellent. Here we've some great coated things. Here's some examples of their work. Now this is the classic coating. That is what we will be getting. They can do just about every color imaginable. They offer a wider range. You can also coat your engine parts, as you see here. They can coat pretty much anything, including your pistons. We'll get into that a little bit later. Now if we look right up here, you can see just exactly what their process can do for your pipes. You can go from that, which we've all been there at one time or another, to that. Completely immaculate. Guaranteed for a lifetime. Doesn't get any better than that. Alright guys, I'll try to speak up a little bit. It's kind of noisy here in the warehouse area. Here's where all the stuff comes in that you ship. When you ship your parts in, UPS or what have you, they come in right here. This is all customers' goods. They go into these baskets here. Once they go into these baskets, they are labeled. And then they are brought over here to the ovens. Now these ovens, they heat each part up and burn off all the contaminants, the oils, the grease. They have 2 of them. They even have a bigger one if they need it. How about that? Alright, let's look at some more cool stuff. Alright, after your stuff has been processed in, it's been basketed, it's been put through the oven to get all the contaminants off, it comes out here and it stays as it comes in. These are parts that people will send in to get coated. These are brand new headers cooked. They're here to get coated and be sold. Set of stainless steel headers here. And I can see over time it just doesn't look good anymore. Jet hot coating, lifetime guarantee. OEM Volvo pipe. Let's take a look at the next area, shall we? They're prepping all the areas that do not need to be coated or polished. Alright, the next stage, let's go ahead and blast everything. Get the stage here, get them in the cabinet, get them blasted off, get them ready to be coated and treated. Next step in the process is to be coated initially. After the parts are coated, they are hung up on those hooks back there. And they go through a little kiln. Let's take a look at the other side. And here they are coming out. They need to be up to about 650 degrees to cure the coating. So some stages in there, I'll tell it to be up to 1600 degrees. absolute madness, isn't it? After your parts come out, this is what they look like after they've been cured, coated. These haven't been polished yet. And once they are polished, they will look like that. How about that? Absolutely perfect. Alright guys, we are about to head in there and take a look at the polishers. Now just to give you a comparison once again, this is a part before they're polished. And this is the result after the polishing. I mean, look at that. And that will be like that pretty much forever. And with a lifetime guarantee, it will be forever. Alright, let's move on in there and see how that machine works. And what we have here is one of the tubs polishing the parts. There's a part in there right now that's sort of gray, but just as shiny as you can believe. Guys, not only do they do stuff for residential customers that send it in and want their headers and what have you, even race cars, they do commercial accounts. Now this is a commercial part right here, and so are all of these. And if you look back there, those vats, that is where they are stripped, rinsed, and ready to go to the next process. Let's go ahead and take a look at that next process. Alright, this is that next process. Now they're just coating the inside of these parts. Alright. Again, this is for commercial customers. Now after it's been through the oven and it's coated and it's ready to go, it comes here to the inspection station. If it passes, it hangs up here, and if it does not, it goes back through again. No exception. Very stringent process to make sure it is absolutely perfect. And here they are in the inspection process. They can do any size. Nothing is too large. Nothing is too small. I mentioned commercial accounts just a little bit ago. And what we have here are train cylinders. Look at that. Quite a few cc's, isn't it? There is a whole mess of them, ready to go. Crazy. Again, nothing too big, nothing too small. Now I have been allowed to go into another area here, and they have some prime examples of their work. Look at that. Now their coatings are available in 80 different colors. They can coat from anything from your exhaust headers, your manifolds, engine parts, anything you can imagine, they can coat it. I'll promise you. Just look at that. That blue is outstanding. Alright, if we take a look right over here, we have a few more parts. And in the next little area they have an example of a few of their 80 different colors. They can also do stencil work, as you see. Let's take a look at these colors. Different shades. You can match it to whatever you need. Absolutely fantastic. Look at that. As I was saying, there's another engine that's been coated. It's the intake here, the case itself, valve covers, headers, timing cover. Whatever it is, they can do it. You can dream it, it can be coated. It's just crazy. Alright guys, it has been 16 days and I got the notification that my parts are ready. So remember how ugly they were. The bluing, the graying, the marks from the wrap. Let's go in and see what they look like today. Alright guys, prepare for your minds to be completely blown. Now you remember when I dropped these parts off, how they looked? The wrap had just ruined the finish of the pipes. Well, take a look at this. How about that? Even the cooling ring is now shiny and crisp. And the bluing for the silencer, completely gone. And it will stay this way forever, especially with a lifetime warranty. You can't ask for anything better than that. Absolutely immaculate. Let's move on. Alright guys, I am here with Chris. He is one of the engineers here at Jet Hot. He's going to explain to us what exactly is going on with these coatings. I mean, if you look at my parts here, they are absolutely immaculate. You cannot ask for a better coating. The bottom portion of this was almost destroyed with bluing. Well, the look was almost destroyed, rather. And the header pipe was grayed, it was blued, it was just crazy because of the wrap that I had on it, the inferior wrap, that is. I would not suggest using that. Can you tell us a little bit about this process?
Yeah, absolutely. I think you hit a few points there. One would be wraps and bluing, and those were commonly the things that were defeating out in the industry. Wraps, four-letter word at Jet Hot. We see a lot of used headers and exhaust pieces that come in, usually in not brand new condition, but we do see brand new parts coming too. But the one thing that we can't salvage is sometimes parts that have been wrapped. They hold the heat and the moisture in at the surface, and they just cause a whole bunch of damage to pipes. They work fairly well when they install them. Once you get them on, and if it looks half decent, they work okay, but they destroy stuff. The second one is bluing and chipping. So another reason that people come to us is they have stainless pipes, they like it. Over time, the stainless starts to blue, it starts to pit, it will darken, and as it darkens, it'll start to throw off a lot more heat as well. So the coating you have here is called our Classic Polish, or 1300 Extreme Polish. This is actually the coating that kind of made Jet Hot famous. Originally developed for jet engine applications for the military. That's where our name came from, Jet Hot. And so the idea with this coating is it has an ultra low emissivity. What that is, it's a science word that basically just means that it doesn't like to emit its heat. So if you have paneling or something nearby or in an engine compartment, even though all that heat's right there inside that pipe, it's not going to emit the heat out, so it has a low emissivity. We have coatings that do the other side of that, very flat blacks, like we were discussing earlier with the hypersonic air vehicles. They have the opposite problem. They want to get that heat off. So we have high emissivity coatings too. But this Classic Polish, it's same thing we've been offering since 1982. It lasts a lifetime. We have customers that come back with their whole cars rusted out and the exhaust looks brand new. So, it's something that we are quite proud of. This coating is still our best seller, despite our 50 plus colors that we still offer. This is probably the best one.
And it protects the highest amount of heat, correct?
Actually, yes. Well, this one does have, that is one caveat with this coating. A part of the magic in this coating is that it has an aluminum content in it. And that aluminum is what actually gives it an electronic galvanic protection as well. So even if you do like hit it with a hammer or something and you take a little gouge or a scrape out of it, it's actually going to protect that area as well because there's a galvanic protection with the aluminum. The aluminum is also what gives it its ultra emissivity. The caveat with aluminum is that it does have a melting point. And so this coating will actually work to about 1250, 1300 degrees, and that's why internal code for this is 1300. Now we do have coatings that go above that in temperature. They work off a more conventional insulation property, so it's more what everyone's used to, wearing a jacket, more like the wrap, although all of our coatings are going to be bonded right to the actual substrate metal itself.
And the plus side of that is the ability to keep out all moisture and to never let moisture get into your steel. Because everybody knows that moisture is cancerous to steel. It causes rust, and that rust will only spread and destroy your investment.
Absolutely. And actually you'll probably notice inside that's one of the mainstays of why people come to us as well. I mean, we have parts come in from all over the world, parts from Canada all the way through to Hawaii, even Europe. We do coat the inside and the outside, so often, especially on a motorcycle, you don't always have the luxury of having the environment being kept away, especially if something's facing upwards. After you turn things off, you get condensation form on the inside.
Absolutely.
Water is a byproduct of combustion naturally, so moisture is going to be around. So having that protective coating on the inside is going to prevent pitting and formations that obviously reduce flow to start with, and eventually result in your parts being scrapped.
And no one wants part failure, because part failure equals money.
Exactly. Exactly. And yeah, so we see a lot of these, we see a lot of exhausts picking up. We're not as known in the exhaust or in the motorcycle industry as we are in the racing and automotive industry. So we do a lot of the concourse restoration, all the way up to weekend warrior guys just trying to keep their cars from catching on fire. So it's a worthwhile investment. I mean, you can see a lot of independent, reviews online. Whatever the reason is, once you've experienced a ceramic coating like Jet Hot, you typically won't ever live without it. It's kind of a high on the list of bang for your buck.
Now on motorcycles, you've got things and situations, you get gravel on the road, you get sand and everything like that. Now this is going to protect against dings and dents and scratches and things like that, correct?
Yes, absolutely. Well, obviously nothing's impervious. It's not made out of adamantium or anything like that. But so rock chips and stuff, it will eventually lead to some chipping and issues. But again, it will provide crazy good protection and protect against those spots in the middle with that galvanic protection. The other benefit of this coating is that if you mar it up, say you took some Scotch-Brite or something to it and you kind of just ruined the finish a little bit, this will polish right back up with any standard metal polish. So we actually recommend to keep that low emissivity, you want it to be nice and shiny. So we just recommend a fine grain metal polish, mag polish, and it'll bring that luster right back up.
Okay, excellent, excellent, excellent. Now, while we're on the situation, or the subject rather, of motorcycles, you guys work with Harley Davidson, correct?
Yes, we do. Yeah, Harley Davidson. We've been a lot of Harleys out there have our parts on them. Not exclusive to Harley, but we've worked for Harley Davidson either directly or indirectly for many years. Mainly, if you're familiar with how their tiered suppliers work, there's a lot of people out there making OEM parts for Harley. And then there's a lot of OEM kind of replacement parts for Harley as well. So a lot of those will come with the Jet Hot name on them. You'll actually see that's like they'll offer like a uncoated stainless and then a chrome, and then their highest option will be like a Jet Hot coated. Sometimes they keep that secret and they don't want to say where they got the coating, so our name's not always on it. But yeah, we've been doing motorcycle parts for many years.
What would you say sets your company apart from, say, an imitator that does another form of ceramic coating?
Yeah, well, we invented the coating, through the original, like I said, was developed originally for aerospace applications, and then Jet Hot was actually kind of devised specifically to be on the car and aftermarket industry. So the big difference is not only the 100% lifetime warranty that we offer. There are some reasonably good performance coatings out there. They've caught up over 35 years. You know, they've gotten kind of close, but they're still not to the same test. I mean, if someone came out with a better coating today, that we would, you know, our coating isn't cheap to produce. We make all of our own coatings here. If someone had a better coating, we would happily adopt it and spray it, but it has yet to happen. So, you know, we're the longest lasting. We've been doing it for 35 years. We've been trusted as the best coating in the industry for a reason. And occasionally, you know, Friday afternoons, the odd thing does happen every blue moon. It's very rare, but if there's ever any kind of question over something on a part, we always happily redo those parts for free, and our customers appreciate that.
Mm-hmm. Customer service is key.
Absolutely.
All right, guys. Now you've seen my parts here. I showed you them earlier. You've heard the man speak himself. They have the experience. They are the originators in the industry. 100% lifetime guarantee on all these parts. They're going to cool your engine. Your engine is going to be happier. You are going to be happier, and you're going to look good while you do it. Alright guys, I just took Fieldy on the same exact route that I took before Jet Hot got my pipes. Now let's go ahead and take some readings, shall we? We are at 378. Trying to find the hottest spot over there. Try this side of the pipe here. That was at the oxygen sensor. Just the pipe itself over here on this side, hottest reading was 271. Let's try our cooling ring here. Hottest reading was 319. Alright. Let's get the header bolts here. 227. This part of the head here. 203. Alright. Let's get right behind the exhaust on the head here. 250. Let's get right here. 119. Let's get here the bottom portion of the header. 165. Let's get our silencer here that was coated. 77.3. Guys, I'm telling you, this is crazy. Let's get another reading right over here by the oxygen sensor. 270. I mean, that before we were over 600 degrees, and now we're hovering right around 300 degrees. It cut it down by a little more than half. I mean, I can hold my hand right here next to the pipe. I mean, it's still hot. If I touch it, it's gonna burn me. But I can get this like paper close, and there's hardly any heat coming off that pipe. This is uncanny. I mean, it's lowered the head temperatures, it's lowered the pipe temperatures, the silencer temperatures, the oxygen sensor temperatures are even lowered. This is incredible. Alright, let me go ahead and pull Fieldy out, and I will tell you my thoughts. Alright guys, now as you can see, everything is back together, and the proof is in the pudding. I've showed you the before and after temperatures And they are outstanding differences between them. I'm at a loss for words. I never expected it to work that well. And I expected some reduction, possibly, but to take away more than half of the temperature in your exhaust system, never seen anything like it. The difference, you can just hold your hand next to that pipe and nothing. It just feels a little warm. It is keeping all of those temperatures inside that pipe, forcing them out and not radiating them out. The temperatures, the readings were of the pipe. The pipe is hot, but it's keeping the temperatures inside the pipe. It's like witchcraft. I would suggest getting Jet Hot to do your pipes, absolutely. For one, it takes away the bluing, the gray, the discoloration, and it'll stay this way forever. Perfection. Alright guys, if you like this video, go ahead and hit that like button. And since you're here, you might as well subscribe. Alright, thanks a lot for watching guys, and I'll see you in the next video.